My name is Jonathon Speed. I am the Director of Product and Applications for Kelt Spectrometers. We make a spectrometer. It's a spectrometer based on mid-infrared spectroscopy in FTIR, but critically with no moving parts. So traditionally, mid-infrared spectrometers have a pair of mirrors that have to move, and these are very fragile, which means you cannot install them in processes, online, and we've replaced those with static optics, which means you don't need fragile fiber cables, you don't need to use inferior technology such as near-infrared, which has a lot less information, and you can therefore take our spectrometer, mount it directly into a process, and then calibrate it to become an online analyzer, which means you can analyze pretty much anything. It can be chemical concentrations, you can do things like piona, total acid number, but you can also look at physical properties such as vapor pressure or anything else along those lines. It really is a universal analyzer and can be calibrated to look at almost as many things as possible at the same time. So what makes us different compared to the existing technology, existing analyzers? There are near-infrared analyzers out there. They're quite ubiquitous, they're very common, and for certain things they do a very good job. But the information is limited. They cannot differentiate between similar molecules, and their detection limits are somewhat restrained. And then there are things like GCs that are incredibly powerful. They are very, very sensitive, but they're a nightmare to maintain. We sit in that middle space. Mid-infrared, up until now, was too fragile to be put on process. We are robust, reliable, rugged. We can be directly in process. So we give you the information that previously was only in the laboratory, but out on the plant in real time. And it fits that niche in the middle for applications that near-infrared simply can't do. We now can with their robustness. And it's a really exciting time to be in the industry. Couple that with Industry 4.0, data analytics, and I'm really looking forward to what comes next. Renewables is a really big hot topic for us at the moment, and we have a lot of work going on looking at phosphorus, phospholipid, free fatty acids in triglycerides, used cooking oils, tallow, all going into the renewable diesel and sustainable aviation fuel. So that's a really exciting time. We've got lots of conversations with producers, more than I'm allowed to name, unfortunately, but that's getting to the point where we've done proof of concept and we're now looking at rolling out online installations as a way of better controlling pre-treatment and also checking that poisons are not being put onto catalyst beds in hydrogenation reactions, because that would be absolutely catastrophic. And our technology allows us to monitor that in real time, which is really quite game-changing. The Congress is great. It's very well run. The fact of having relationship managers actually creating one-to-one meetings I've not seen that in any other Congress or conference, and I think it's a really fantastic, unique point, which meant we've had conversations that would not have happened otherwise, so I'm delighted by that. And all the attendees, genuinely lovely, really nice people, very easy to talk to, lots of networking, interesting talks. It's been fantastic. Having somewhere that is a central place to talk about what you do. So you can come, if a delegation, actually coming as a delegate is interesting. You can listen, you can talk to people, but when you have an exhibitor booth and a stand, you have a home base. And it means that you can come and talk to someone at a networking event and say, actually come and check out my booth. I've got information there, I've got an example of the product. We actually have one of our spectrometers, because they're small, you can take them. So we have one on the booth, and it gives you that place to talk to people. Your logo is there, people can see it. And if you have an exhibitor booth, you can go into a talk and leave your literature. So if someone is interested in what you're doing, but they don't necessarily want to have a conversation, maybe it's too early stage, or they don't want to feel sold to, they can take your literature and look at what you do, and then come back to you in their time. So we've had, I think we've had 4 one-to-one meetings here, and at least 2 of them I think are going to progress to the next stage. Potentially all 4, but we don't know just yet. But yes, we've had very interesting conversations, and certain applications I didn't know existed. Things that I simply didn't know people wanted to measure. So I'm now going back to the UK, and my team in the lab, we're going to see whether we can do this. Pretty sure we can. and that will come out of something that we simply would not have known if we weren't here.